Hello, my name is Nicolas Polimanakos. I work behind the scenes here at NORWAC. I help out in many different ways. Today I'm with Leisa Schaim. Hello, Lisa.
Hey, Nicholas.
Good to see you.
Yeah, always
Uh,
good to see you.
yep. And we're here to talk about the conference. We're here to talk about Lisa's lectures at the conference. I want to start off by saying any information, any questions you have, you go to the NORWAC website, norwac.net. The conference is running from May 22nd to the 26th. There's the heart of the conference. It's the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and there's pre-conference workshops and post-conference workshops that happen. And it's sold out in person, but it's completely available online. And on the Thursday, the 22nd, Lisa, you're having this incredible workshop that you're doing. It's called Unlocking Your Life Story, a Zodiacal Releasing Workshop. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about it. Zodiacal releasing is a Hellenistic timing technique that divides your life up into chapters as though it's a book. It also shows things like the quality of different time periods, and you can use it for different life topics. You can use it, for instance, for career and general life direction. You can use it for your love life, or general circumstances that are kind of like happening to you versus like things you are doing yourself. You can also use it for health sometimes. So this one, we're going to focus on zodiacal releasing from the lot of spirit, which is for career and general life direction.
Mhm.
Yeah, so one of the things I'm really excited about with regard to this workshop is using some non-career examples because I think a lot of people who've seen Zodiacal releasing around, they've seen like a lot of career sort of achievement-oriented examples, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So and it definitely works for that. It definitely does. But I started really wanting to show some other kinds of examples because it really is about your life direction and your life path, which isn't only limited to career, or
Mhm.
paying jobs. So I'm really excited about doing that. One of the things that I really love about Zodiac releasing, I've been looking at it for about 17 years now, somehow. I was introduced to it in 2008, and I just started like staring at my own for a while, and then I, started looking at other people's. So I've observed it for quite a while at this point, and there's a few things I just really love about this technique. One of which is it shows both the big picture trajectory of your life and smaller details, like simultaneously,
Mhm.
which is really cool. Um, and like one of the other things is just it gives me kind of a sense of awe or wonder, honestly. I mean, astrology can do that in general, right? Like, why does any of this work?
Mhm.
But this technique is so intricate and detailed, and it's like, why would the cosmos care about dividing things by 12? You know?
Right.
And it's just so it gives me kind of a sense of awe to watch it work, honestly, even after this long, and I'm excited to share that with other people.
That's so interesting to hear because I think everyone's journey when they step into astrology, I think awe is always in it, regardless of how it happens.
Hmm.
They might even look at a book of what constellations was when I was a kid and I was in awe. You know what I mean? And then there's
Hmm.
the other levels, but this is the first time I've heard somebody use awe and zodiacal releasing in the same sentence. And I also like what you said, as in like, when we say career, what that what that is, especially in Western civilization, Western culture, but that
Hmm.
means different things and maybe meant different things a long time ago too. So
Hmm.
I appreciate you saying that. I will be honest here. I've been working with Zodiacal Releasing for the last year by myself, my own research and trying to understand it. So I'm really excited for this, for this particular workshop. I mean, you're doing it in
Hmm.
person here. It's also
Hmm.
available online. I do know that the conference has room monitors in each lecture. There's going to be a person, several room monitors. One kind of have a computer there, and they're basically with the chat room
Hmm.
the people viewing. So if those who might have questions during the workshop, those types of questions can be relayed to Lisa. And so I just want to say that, especially for a special workshop like this, you're starting to make me think about my career. Where am I going? My trajectory.
Yeah, well, it's about the lot of spirit, which is, just what you are volitionally wanting to move towards in your life. That can be a range of
Yeah,
things. So
yeah.
Yeah, I want to be inclusive about all of that and show, genuine examples of that. I think also it's definitely open still for registration for virtual, but if you're like in the area already,
Yeah.
you can still add on in person too for the workshop itself.
That's kind of a interesting tradition, I think, at NORWAC because I think they come there and then some are for the weekend, but they get there early and they're like, oh, I could just go in, I can buy in right now. And then the other part of this is maybe, someone, cannot, they're, they don't have no interest to go to the weekend. I
Hmm.
hope someone would, but this is something very specialized right here that you're
Right.
doing. So if, you're in the area, yeah, you can walk in and you can go
Hmm.
purchase. And even the night before, you could purchase online, So,
Hmm.
totally, there's that. And actually, every year there's several people who do this,
Hmm.
who don't plan, but they come up and then they go.
Right. Right.
So I'm really excited for this. I talked to several other people, by the way, that are excited for this
Oh,
because,
good.
honestly, uh, the two people that I talked to, I won't say who they are. I gotta be
Okay.
mysterious, but it would had to do with your teaching style. And the way you do lectures and the way you teach and your slideshows. And I totally agreed. I was like, yeah, there's just your way of doing it. And you're very detailed and you have a great way of conveying information. So, more
Thank you.
reason to check this out. But
That's so nice to
besides
hear.
that
Thank you.
incredible workshop, uh, you have a lecture during the weekend
Hmm.
on Sunday the 25th at 1:45 p.m. and it's called Love Locations, the Places of Partnership. So what do you mean by love locations? Like within the chart, correct? Or
Yeah. So, we're used to thinking about, say, things like the seventh house or the ruler of the seventh house, which is partnership, or
Mhm.
Venus as a general significator of relationship and love. We're used to thinking about those things as like describing something about the partner or, about your relationship life in general throughout your life. But something I noticed like years ago, at least over 5 years ago, was that sometimes it literally describes the place, like the location or the circumstances where someone initially met their partner. And so I just kept an eye out for that after I started noticing it occasionally. It's just surprisingly common. It's not all of the time, I should say, but it is surprisingly common. And so, I had some collected already because I think I was like on a Twitter thread like over 5 years ago, and I brought this up, and all these people were excitingly chiming in. And then I put a call out to my mailing list recently, and I got over like 100 more
Wow.
submissions, and um, like so many of them are just
So
hilariously apt.
sometimes you're saying at times too, you've seen like the environmental,
Yeah.
like the actual place, the environment where someone was in, or
Hmm.
yeah. See,
Yeah.
that's
The,
something you
the
don't normally think about. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
and I haven't actually heard anyone talk about this before, I don't think, or at least not formally, And so I was like, did I just find something new? I don't know. But anyway, once I collected like lots more examples beyond the ones I already had, I was like, this is totally a thing. This
Yeah.
this works. And so I'm actually genuinely excited about that one too, not just saying that because my favorite type of astrology is like hilariously literal astrology. Like when it
Mhm.
just like makes you laugh because it's just so literal.
Yeah,
And
right. Yeah.
I have enough charts for this particular lecture to make like a workshop out of it. Like I
Yeah.
have that many like good example charts. So I'm gonna have to winnow it down and like decide which ones to use. But yeah, I was basically when I proposed this lecture, I was shooting for like hopefully this will be like an entertaining, really like chart focused, and
Hmm.
it's definitely playing out that way.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's great for Sunday afternoon too, because that's when the
Oh,
lecture
right.
is at 1:45.
Yeah.
By the way, you're gonna make me go on a tangent. I'm like start thinking about all my past relationships, and I'm like, wait a second, where was I? Where did that
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's happened on the Sunday. I also want to mention here, if anybody's watching here and you're thinking about attending, online is we have the actual lecture rooms. There's actual lectures, and there's the times in between the lectures. We have a breakout room that everybody can come in and chat and talk with. And I think we're going to open up that room on the Thursday later. Probably, I can't remember when that happens. It could be in the morning. I think we're going to do it. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. But that room is pretty much open for anybody to go in and out of during the whole conference weekend online. And even if those are attending, you have access to get online. Sometimes I've seen people take breaks and go up in the room and like catch a lecture because they just want to rest.
Right.
But another thing that we're doing online are Q&As, and these Q&As happen in between the lecture times and topics. So there's a lecture that happens, there's like a break in between, and in the break in between, those online can attend a Q&A. You're going to be in a Q&A. If I am correct here, I was just had it up. I think you're on Sunday.
Hmm.
Sunday at 12 o'clock.
Yes.
We have several people. I'm facilitating some of the Q&As along with Laura Nalbani, who runs the conference, and another colleague, Samantha, she facilitates. You're going to be in a Q&A with Hamani Harmon, Magda Barat, Stormy Grace, and the stranger over here. Oh, Patrick Watson. Shout out to Patrick. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
It'll be
and
great to see him.
yeah, and so basically the facilitator's there, you'll be there, and we take questions from the online participants. And usually, as I know last year facilitating, these improvisational questions went a certain direction. And so there's interesting conversations happen. So
Hmm.
that's going to happen on 12 o'clock Sunday. I want to remind everybody, if you want to know the dates, how much it costs, the speaker lineups, the lecture titles. Everything is on norwac.net. You can see the tabs on the top of the screen. When you're on mobile, you hit the three lines. You could check it out, see the scheduling. Again, you could purchase and go see the whole conference. You could purchase Lisa's workshop separately and just go to that, or several other workshops if you want to.
Hmm.
Before we end here, Lisa, I'm going to throw a surprise question at you, okay?
Okay.
What do you remember when your first NORWAC was? Do you remember?
Oh, I
Or
don't know. It was actually a little bit late, I think. Yeah. Oh.
the memory and any memory that pops up from NORWAC.
Um, just that not like a specific one, but just the again, this is actually genuine for me. This is not me just like promoting I think the sense I got was that it was really welcoming and it
Mm.
felt like a good sized conference, like not too little, not too big. It's just especially for newcomers, I think that's really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like a really welcoming vibe. And I actually really love that the virtual option is an option. That you guys
Mhm.
have been continuing that every year now because it's so helpful to be more inclusive to people who can't travel for one reason or another, or can't
Yeah.
pay for both the conference and the hotel, and have children, have health conditions, whatever. And so I'm just really appreciative that, that's making it more accessible for people to
Yeah, and it's
attend.
just the times we live in, and I mean a lot of this was accelerated because of the pandemic in a sense, even from the technological part of it, and to try
Mm,
to carry the spirit of the conference that's in person online. And I think it has done that. And if I think about from 2020 when Laura's done this, and I've been helping out, and a bunch of us, what how it's evolved. To the thing. And so I also will say, too, it's not even that. The other part of online is sometimes you can only take up a certain amount of information even online.
mhm,
And the cool thing about the hybrid conferences is you can catch a lecture, take a break, knowing that you're gonna have 2 weeks, after this to catch all the lectures, and you can kind of spread them
mhm.
out. Unless you're one of those hardcores, like I'm all in, but you can, but again, you're attending one lecture live online and knowing, oh, there's
Mhm,
that other one, in the back of your head, I can go back, I can go check it out on Tuesday or next week.
mhm,
So there's that. I'm going to say something here, that's more personal. I think most of the times I've seen you in person, it's probably been, I think, at this conference,
mhm.
Lisa. I mean, we've been in other conferences before, but I think it's
Right.
been NORWAC where we usually run into each other and we catch up. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, yeah. And I look forward to doing that, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So May 22nd to May 26th is the conference. You can go to the website, norwac.net. I will be there in person, obviously. I also will be popping in online for some of the Q&As and maybe a couple surprises. I'm trying to think of something I could throw at the online viewers. Last year I brought certain people on the Saturday night into some of the rooms who are at, party, and hey, come on, let's say hi to everybody. We'll see what happens, but I'm totally looking forward to seeing everybody and to talking to everybody. So, yeah. Thanks for joining us. Joining
Yeah,
us.
thanks for having me. I'm excited. I'm excited to see you next month, and I look forward to seeing everyone at the workshop and the lecture and just milling around.
Yep. All right. Bye.